Hi, it's Carolyn Elephant on MyShingle.com and welcome to day 18 of your law practice. So for those of you who started in 2019, congratulations on having finished your first 3 weeks. So as I said in a video earlier, I want to keep going through some of the questions that we received at last week's meetup. And so the question I'm going to start with today is, how do you turn networking into clients? So for purposes of this question, I'm going to assume that networking refers to in-person meetings at bar events or happy hours or CLEs. I'm going to leave the issue of online networking through social media on the side for now. So how do you turn those in-person contacts into actual clients? Here's a couple of suggestions. First of all, the most important thing about networking to keep in mind is that it's all in the follow-up. Most people who go to an in-person event come back with a box of business cards from other people. They go in the desk drawer and they never even bother to follow up. So the first thing is that if you can follow up with the people you met, you're already 10 steps ahead of the game. What do you say in the follow-up? Well, you send an email to the person, you let them know that you enjoyed speaking with them, and you try to personalize the email with a reference to what you actually talked about. Then you also tell them about what you did. This person may not remember that you're a criminal defense attorney or a healthcare attorney, and that information is valuable to them because they may eventually have a need to refer a case to somebody with those credentials. So you want to remind them of what you did also. You send the email to them, say that it was nice to meet them. You can even leave open the possibility of getting together with them, going by and visiting their office like we talked about in the first week of these videos, and send it back to them. Now, you don't want to just leave things there because research shows that in marketing, it takes 7 touches or 7 contacts before a prospect will actually turn into a sale. And so with these people who you're networking with, remember, it can take several times to get in touch with them before they will think of sending you a case or calling you or contacting them for a need that they have. So that's the second thing is follow up, but the second thing is you need to be persistent and continue your follow-up on a consistent basis. So what can you do to keep following up without getting on people's nerves? Well, brings me to the third point. The third thing you want to do in converting networking to clients is to provide something of value to these people who you've gotten in touch with. So for example, if you happen to see an article about a person who you met that is of interest to what they do or pertains to the conversation you had, send them the article and say, hey, I thought about you when I saw this. If you've written an article or if you've done anything that could provide value to this person, maybe they do family law and you're an estate planner and they asked you some questions. You can send them an email and say, hey, here's an article I wrote. It deals with estate planning for single parents. Thought this might be of interest to you. So every so often you want to follow up by providing these little tidbits of information, or perhaps if you haven't had a chance to meet with them again, ask if they might be free for lunch or to meet for a cup of coffee, or if you can come by their office. But those are basically the 3 things, and most people don't have the persistence to follow up. And that's really the #1 reason why networking fails, is because the people who you're networking with often don't have the persistence to follow through. But if you keep in mind these 3 lessons of networking, first, follow up immediately after the event. Second, be persistent and continue with your follow-up. And third, provide something of value. You will see that these networking contacts that you've made will eventually produce revenue for your firm. This is Carolyn Elephant of MyShingle.com. Thanks for watching and visit our blog. I'll see you back here tomorrow.